make that move as we speak. We'll see where it all goes. But we need to be thinking 15, Lopez is gone, and we gotta, you know, we've been having this discussion all day long. So we're gonna have our list, we're gonna be crossing it off, we got the rush line, we got everything else. So we need to know as each pick ticks off, we kind of have to keep narrowing down that list and know which direction we're going.
Yeah, that's fine. They don't have.
Somebody will be there that will run this list.
Okay. One of those guys will be there, right?
Obviously, the coaching staff, he's going to need some veteran leadership to help get him through it and blossom into the player that he can be.
Just capture your locker room. You have to send a message that things are going to be different around here. And then you break down how we're going to make it different.
The 2008 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Derrick Rose from the University of Memphis.
I would never guess that.
In Chicago, in their draft room, when they finally made it public.
Hey, Griffin. Robert.
These are all your options. The guys that don't show you that stuff. We put between
What are they going to do? There's been a lot of discussion. Will it be Michael Beasley? Will it be O.J. Mayo?
Who the Bulls pick? They had 5 minutes. I thought they changed it. Portland takes Robin, then we have a dilemma. Otherwise, Robin's our guy.
I know that's the only thing he asked me.
I think we're home. Actually,
Come on, boy.
One
time.
This is so far so good.
Yeah. Best case scenario.
This is the Suns having a hell of a night.
Pick in the NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Brandon Rock from the University of Kansas.
The bar.
Now, if this is
The 14th pick in the 2008 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Anthony Randolph from the University
You gotta get
Okay, I'm going to stay with you for about 2.5 minutes waiting something out here. We are selecting Robin Lopez. But just give me a couple minutes before you do anything there. Awesome, thank you.
Where is Julie anyway? You ready? Griff, don't forget to make the pick.
Yeah.
Mitch Kupchak? On one. On one? Mitch Kupchak?
Hey Mitch, it's Griffin. Well, we're working on it right now. What do you got? What are you thinking?
Some Lakers. Lakers? I know a few of them. Mitch Kupchak.
Okay, we'll take Dragic, Goran Dragic. All right, thanks.
Where they spend that money? I like that. Where they spend it?
Way to work, Rob.
It's a job.
wow.
Thank you. We dragged you out of bed, I bet. Hey, very, very excited. Hey, let me, I'm going to give you to Igor. Just 1 second.
Ne možda znatiš kako je veselje kad sve ovo završuje to.
I have not seen him live. I've seen him on tape now quite a bit for the last 3 days, and he was the guy we targeted from the top of the second round. And so Griffin and I were on the phone from the 31st pick to the 45th pick, and we finally got something done. So we're very, very pleased. And now we'll see what happens. He has a buyout in his contract a year from now. So there's a good chance he won't be able to come over and play next year. There may be a chance that he could. We'll see.
Well, I don't think we could have had a better Suns day today. The selection of Robin Lopez is something we were anxiously hoping for. Obviously gives us the kind of size, athleticism, and energy that you look for on a playoff team. And I think it's fairly consistent with the character we've been trying to instill in the team, both with the coach hiring of Terry Porter, who's going to be a very grit-oriented coach, and obviously being able to get Goran Dragic at the pick that we did, really a coup for us. Quite frankly, we were debating him in the first round. Were we able to secure him at that point? What's interesting about this young man is that if he was on the board and you knew he could come over for certain this year, we thought he was the second highest rated point guard in the draft. And so we really were anxious trying to get to this player because we feel like those are rights that are worth owning. A future point guard, perhaps, and somebody who can maybe be your starting point guard in the future was somebody that was too good to pass up, and so you had to continue to work for that because it pays dividends and maybe replaces some of the first-round picks that we've had to use in the past.
And the process of actually getting him was, like I said, quite dramatic in here. Trying to move up to get him, and as it wound up, you got him right at the end.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because we literally think we got him the team before we needed to. We literally made it by the skin of our teeth, so it's truly just a joyous day. We feel really honored.
And how close did you actually, or how seriously did you consider taking him with that 15th pick? Was that ever a serious consideration?
Had we known he could come now, it would have been. That does not appear to be the case, but had that been the case, he would have been a serious selection at that point.
So what is his future about? I mean, what technically does he need to do to be here next year or the year after? Where are you looking at?
He currently does not have a buyout in his contract for next year, and he has one the following year for a sum of money that can probably be worked out on his side. So we probably go into this thinking it's possible we don't have him in Phoenix for a year.
Talk about the process of getting Robin and leading up to that. I was in here during that, kind of tense, but at one point you knew you had at least one of the two guys you wanted.
Yeah, no, it was. There were some real tense moments starting at about pick 11. We had some reason to believe that those teams were interested in him, and obviously the closer you get, the more anxious you get. So I think we were probably as tight as a drum at 14. But once that final pick dropped off prior, we were obviously elated. Probably the biggest eruption I remember in the war room here in a while.
And you and Steve seem to really work well together this whole day. Talk about that relationship and what it was like for you to work with him today.
It's just really a joy to work with someone who appreciates what you do as much as he does. I think he's empowered the whole scouting staff in a way that's really unique. I know Todd Quinter and John Shoemate feel every day like they're working for someone that believes in them, and that's the kind of leadership that you embrace. So I just couldn't be happier in the situation we're in.
He seemed to, and you seem to also really strike a good balance between taking everything very seriously, because it's serious business in here, but also keeping it a little lighthearted and not taking yourself so serious.
We kind of call ourselves the yin and the yang. He tries to keep me calm, and I try to amp him up a little bit. And actually, it was kind of funny tonight. We had to reverse ourselves a little bit. I was telling him to stay calm, so it was an awful lot of fun.